Okay, I heard about some leaks, guys. So there was a leak in a Discord channel that is in regards to something with the STV event that's coming with Phase 2. And I'm gonna show you guys what it says right here. I haven't looked at this yet, but this is what it says. The new Atali I tribe reputation with unique rewards. Honorable kills cover you in blood and counter on your character increases like Makora ears. Enemy faction corpses drop vials of blood and hand in this blood for reputation with the Atali tribe and XP. Until 40 then gold for PvP kills counts to what the Blood Moon event taker. Again, this could obviously be fake. All of this could be like just baiting, you know, for some clicks and stuff like that. If anything, it's an interesting thing, but let's see here. Blood Moon event triggers when X amount of PvP only kills have occurred, which is similar to the Ashenvale event, I guess. Like, you kill a bunch of players and then, like, some event starts. PvE world bosses spawn and factions have to battle over who gets the kills, similar to Berserkers or Kazakh. At various areas troll encampments throughout STV, the spawn points are not marked but will have a number of random locations to prevent mass camping in fixed spawn points. Honestly, this kind of thing I like better than the Ashenvale event a little bit, right? Rather than having fixed spawn points for Alliance and Horde bosses, I like this idea a little bit better because it incentivizes more battles and more stuff like that. I remember on some private servers, there would be very epic battles for Berserkers and for Kazakh and for those world bosses, and it was really fun. But for STV, I don't know if this would be the great idea. This will just be perma-camp Gurubashi entrance and make sure nobody does the boss. Yeah, perhaps. When all the sub-bosses are dead, an end boss spawns at Gurubashi Arena. Gurubashi Arena skirmish free-for-all is disabled until the boss dies. When the end boss dies, skirmish free-for-all is enabled. All boss kills grant 200 reputation each. When a faction kills the end boss, the Blood Moon ends. And all players of the winning faction within STV gains 500 reputation and a zone-wide buff, Gaze of the Blood Lord, which grants a 5% damage increase and 20% run speed aura for 1 hour that persists on death, similar to the Blakeland Towers, and only works in STV and is reset when the next Blood Moon begins. So somewhat like just like a PvP thing for STV, I suppose. I think Shamans will get ruined on there's no way that's accurate. Yeah, this does sound a little bit sus, honestly, obviously. But I don't know, it's a cool concept of doing some sort of like an event for like open world PvP. I don't think, sorry, that there should be some sort of a run speed aura and like stuff like that in STV. It seems kind of silly. Also, in terms of the reputation with the tribe, what would you get from that then? Would you buy PvP gear? Would it be cosmetics? Would it be bags? What would you get from that, right? As well. But I like the concept of bosses spawning at random areas in a zone, and then Horde and Alliance fighting for it. In a way, I like that a lot better than the Ashenvale stuff. I think it sounds more interesting to me. But I don't know how well that would work in STV, and I don't know if it would work good with it ending in the Gurubashi Arena, because it would be so easy to have a choke point there. It's probably gonna be a new rune locked behind the new reputation. Yeah, that might be a good shout, Yasuo. That definitely might be true. STV is gonna be a war zone. PvE bosses again, that's lame. I think I kinda agree with that, Dracula, but I think it's a better solution than the Ashenvale one. I do, maybe like some sort of a domination thing could work really well in STV if they are to do some STV event. You know, like kind of, we also spoke a little bit about like some sort of a zone where you have to go to the zone and then you all go there, do PvP within the zone. Whoever gets the most kills within that zone would then like go to a new zone and he would kill people over there, right? STV Battle Royale, right? I don't know. All we know is that they're probably doing some sort of an event in STV. I just don't know if I want it to be like bosses. Like, go kill some bosses, right? King of the Hill, that's a nice idea. Yeah, kind of like that. Like, imagine like a battle royale in STV, right? And you kind of have to go to zones and kill players within those zones. And then, like, you know, it spawns in different places. Because it would incentivize PvP. And it wouldn't be just like a boss rush, right? big rumbles at the arena. Could make it like an Arathi Basin type thing where if you control the zone, you get a reward. Yeah, like what if you control, you go into the zone and then you have to have the most amount of players within that zones and kill players within it, right? Didn't they say the STV event will be completely different to Ashenvale? I think that they did, yes, Vylum, and I really hope that it will be different. I don't think it should be like a bunch of bosses you gotta kill. I think incentivizing some sort of a PvP within certain zones could be better for STV, right? Dropping in STV, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just an interesting, regardless of what happens with it, if it's real or if it's not real. I don't know what you guys think about it. Do you guys think this is good? Should they add this stuff with the bosses, or should it be like some sort of a different thing? It's an interesting stuff though, and I think phase 2 regardless will be very interesting. With all these with a lot of players sounds nice in theory, but with issues that we know even with 100 players in the same area, it gets unplayable very quickly. That is something I agree with for sure. That's the biggest shame about those big super massive world PvP things. It just gets too laggy. It does. You know, they should add a battle royale for sure. Okay, maybe, okay, I'm fucking crazy here, right? What if they add some sort of an instanced version of STV you could queue up for every like 2 hours or so, and it would literally be a battle royale. It would literally be like 100 players or so, each spawning in a random place, and then you would have to move into a zone. I don't know, man. There is lots of ways you can do it. I don't know how the best way to be, but it's definitely difficult to do it, right? Not instanced. The reason why I say instanced is because it's way too laggy outside of if it's not instanced. Like open world, there's just too many people, and the WoW servers just they're too bad to handle it, right? And Bonnie made the first SCV battle royale. They're stealing his idea. Honestly, true. I remember when I was trying to ring the gong in Silithus in phase 5, I couldn't move the lag. Yeah. The only reason why I'm saying like it should be like an instance thing is because that it just gets too laggy if it's not. But I don't know. I don't know how they should do it, honestly. If anything, I'm intrigued to see how they will do it and which direction it'll go. They currently have a lot of unused instance around. Put it in a Caverns of Time. Yeah, I mean, could work as well, right? How did the WoW servers handle Wintergrasp and Warspear? Wasn't Wintergrasp insanely laggy as well, even though it's like a limited amount of people too, though? I don't remember exactly Wintergrasp, but I do recall there being some kind of laggy feelings there, right? I just hope they don't lock the new Supreme gear behind a PvP event, because there are people like me that dislike PvP. Well, I think regardless if they do that or not, like, if you don't like doing PvP, there will be some things that you're missing out on. You know, whether it's, like, you know, completely crucial for you to get those items or not. Probably not. Like, you don't need to do it, but you will be missing out on some stuff if you don't do PvP. And that's okay, right? You don't have to do everything in the game. You know, I do think that there are some stuff and items and obtainable things within MMOs that shouldn't be obtainable by everybody. I kind of like the idea behind having some stuff be really hard to get and not everybody can get them, because it makes it feel like something that you could maybe obtain one day, right?